far over the running that we've had. Michael Schumacher gets it wrong, but keeps the car running. There is Takuma Sato's Jordan buried in the barrier, and I'm sure that the corner workers will want to get that car removed as quickly as possible. It is not ideal, bearing in mind the number of cars that have been off in turn 8 to leave it there. Look, you can see he had the wheels locked in. Well, a harmless nudge into that tyre barrier. Just again, over-enthusiasm from the young Japanese driver, trying to push too hard, too early on this set of tyres, and a harsh penalty, but he'll learn from it, and he's growing rapidly.
Yeah, great shame for him. He tried to pump the brakes, bit of cadence braking going on, but it wasn't going to make much difference when he was on the wet grass. Let's see what happened to Michael here.
Well, this is coming in to turn 7. Again, just not enough rear end grip. The back comes around, quickly lifts the hand clutch, gets it all under control and continues on. And the Ferrari team wondering, well, what have we done? We've had one car brought in at the back of a wrecker. We've got Michael, our world champion, spinning. It's not Friday the 13th, is it?
Well, Sato's out of the car, but a bit disgruntled with that. He won't be able to get back out. Look at the time. Michael Schumacher has been fastest and is fastest again, although he's only on the first part of the lap so far. But it looks as though Michael's going to beat his earlier target time. The yellow flags are out, of course, so he may have to slow down on this sector.
Yes, he is, because that's the point on the track where Takuma Sato's Jordan, well, it has been removed, so a good job by those corner workers, but he has to wait until that yellow flag sector of track has been cleared. That will be when the yellow lights or the yellow dots on the top of the screen, he just backs off. Whether there's traffic ahead of him, or is he deciding just to, I think he's about to try and commence another lap as David Coulthard. He will find the same problem as he is going through right now, turn 6 and then into turn 7, where Michael Schumacher did have that relatively harmless spin a lap ago.
Finished third here last year, David Coulthard. The year before he actually picked up a penalty for a jump start, managed to fight his way back to 5th. He's also going through that yellow flag area, still got the yellows out even though they've moved the car. And there you can see just how tight this section, this last sequence of corners before they come back onto the oval in the wrong direction is. Very tight and twisty. But then, of course, when you consider this as a venue for the American Grand Prix, John, there's been an awful lot of much tighter and much more twisty American Grand Prix venues through some of the car parks, etc.
Well, I think the one that sticks out most in my memory is, of course, the track in Las Vegas in the car park of Caesars Palace Hotel. And literally it was sinuous, it wound itself in and out, literally in a series of loops, and with a perimeter loop that brought it all back together again. Seemed a strange place to have a Grand Prix, but they held 2 there, 81 and 82. Whether we'll ever go back to Las Vegas, not to that context, but to a permanent racetrack. There has been a permanent racetrack, but principally it is used as an oval circuit. Whether they would have a road track in much the same way as Indy does here, I think it's probably not something to see in the future.
Michael Schumacher goes faster and is fastest overall now by half a second once again, a 1:14.664. That's just over a second slower than the best on the Friday last year, which was set by Mika Hakkinen. So the time's improving for Ferrari, but what about everybody else? Well, Ralf Schumacher has moved up to 2nd place, and Fisichella still down in 3rd. We saw Takuma Sato go off just a little while ago. Nick Damon has asked Gary Anderson what happened.
Anything if the car is shit either, are you? We're going to car pilot.
Gary Anderson, it was all going a bit too well, really, wasn't it? 2nd and 6th, and then Takuma kind of lost it.
Yeah, it was a bit really, but you know, it's so slippy off the line there, and he's learning the track a bit, so he has to keep pushing. And once you get in the grass, he's just a passenger, so not too much damage, I don't think.
So what was the secret of the great performance this morning then?
Skill from the backroom boys, I suppose. No, it's been okay for a while. Let's try it because of all